Hi guys, here's my tip of the week for you. I'm going to show you how I do future dips on clear parts. Typically we do this on aircraft canopies, but you can use it on any clear part, windshields, windscreens, anything that needs to just kind of pop and sparkle when it's a clear piece of plastic. I have a bottle of Pledge floor care with Future Shine. This is the same kind of Future material that's been around for years. It's an acrylic floor covering. It dries very flat, dries very clear, very shiny. It's great stuff to use. You can buy this at any grocery store. I have a cleaning bath of Windex, which I use to prep the parts with. I've got a bath that is just Future that I only use for dipping clear parts. Then I've got my little clean room, which is just a piece of regular paper for a little bit of absorbency. You don't like paper towel or Kleenex because it's kind of fuzzy and it'll get fuzz all over your part wet after you dip it. And I use a little plastic tub to keep the dust and dirt from settling back on the wet finish. So here's what we do. I have a little bit of a pour stub still on here, so I've got a piece to grip on without gripping on the part itself, and that will be cut off with a razor saw after we're done and it's cured. But I will dip it in the Windex just very briefly to kind of get the surface tension grime off of it. I'm not going to dry it off with a paper towel because that will just add fuzz back onto it. And then I'm going to go into the Future and I'm going to swirl it around and dip it a couple of times to make sure I got a good coat on it. Then I'm going to let all that excess just kind of drip off. I'm going to check it to make sure I don't have any flaws in it. Get the most of it off. And then I'm going to set it down and cover it up, and we're going to let that sit for a couple of days to make sure that it stays nice and clear. If you have any scratches or any blemishes on the clear plastic before you dip it, I would recommend using one of these 3 grit sticks to kind of polish it out. You can also use polishing cloths that go up to 1200 grit, anything to get those scratches out of it. Sometimes with large bubble canopies, there's a mold line across the middle part of that canopy. That's got to go. This is the best thing to get rid of it. And then the Future fills in all the small micro cracks, and it just clears it up, and it looks, beautiful. So when you see these great looking clear shiny canopies at the contests, it's because they've been dipped in Future. So very simple process. Hope you guys go out and try it if you haven't done it before. I've had great success with the Windex bath, the Future dip, and then letting it sit for a couple of days. I'd go 48 hours to cure. And let's see some work on your clear canopies in the future. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.